Take care.
Instead of giving big tech huge tax breaks, what should lawmakers be doing about their growing influence? One person who's been thinking about this for a long time and getting no credit for it, believe it or not, is Ralph Nader, of course, the longtime consumer advocate, author of the new book, How the Rats Reformed in Congress. He joins us tonight. Mr. Nader, thank you very much for coming on. The reason I want to talk to you is I don't think you've gotten the credit you deserve for being a lone voice on the left, raising concerns about the concentration of power in the tech sector. What happens when you say that out loud?
Well, the Congress always bemused by the razzle-dazzle of Silicon Valley and you know, a supposedly clean industry has horrible pollution coming in from the supply chain and all the rot when they dismantle the stuff. And they have no tech capability to ask the right questions. So Gingrich in 1995 got rid of the Office of Technology Assessment in Congress, which is the professional advisor. So when they deal with things like, you know, ballistic missile defense or Facebook or Google, they would have the experts right there. And so there they are. They have these hearings, and, you know, outrage and admiration came from the members of the House and the Senate, but went nowhere. So the question coming up in Congress is, are they going to regulate them like they're supposed to, you know, they regulate cars or pharmaceuticals? Yes. Or are they going to just have quasi-regulation like the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation does for banks? Or are they going to create a trade association to regulate them with standards overseen by some agency? It doesn't look good. The Federal Trade Commission nailed Facebook in 2011, led by David Vladeck, the Consumer Protection Bureau, and haven't enforced at all. And Facebook has been violating or letting others, third-party, fourth-party, Cambridge Analytics, violate that consent decree. And
but where, okay, so you became famous 1965-ish, going after General Motors. And the right didn't like you because you were attacking business, but the left loved you. You became this huge hero. You're saying the same thing now about the big tech companies. Why is no one joining your side?
We don't get on the mass media. The civic communities that are raising issues of crony capitalism, corporate welfare, these kind of tax breaks, you know, for Apple. Apple's just burning $100 billion in stock buybacks instead of giving it back to the shareholders or the workers or the environment cleanup or the pension funds. They want to buy back all that stock to increase the metrics for the executive compensation packages for Tim Cook and others. And you can't get on national TV on it. You can't even get on NPR and PBS.
Why?
I mean, I've been talking about corporate welfare, and the right talks about crony capitalism. So we're converging, right? I think there are a lot of issues in this country, as I pointed out in my book, Unstoppable, where conservatives and liberals back home where they work, live, and raise their families, right? Never mind the ideology, red state, blue state. They bleed, they get ripped off the same way, disrespected, disempowered. And there's no publicity given to it at all. So I've resorted to a fable. How the rats reformed the Congress. It's a big rat infestation, you know, in D.C.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. And they come up from the catacombs in this book, and they get into the toilet bowls, first with the speaker. You can imagine the result.
Yes.
They try to suppress an increasing rat infestation, massive derision all over the country. It wakes people up. They look at 535 men and women in Congress who are using their delegated power under the we the people, right? Then they organize a mass movement and get control of Congress from the corporatists, from the Wall Streeters. You pointed out in your book, the ruling class should share power, otherwise they're going to lose whatever democratic institutions we have. So members of Congress have called this disgusting, outrageous, revolting because of the opening pages. But you go back on this. This is the single most devastating documented indictment of Congress on one page.
I'm going to read it. I don't know. I remember at one point disagreeing with you on stuff, but I can't remember what it was. I now think that on this stuff, anyway, you're an important voice, and I'm grateful that you came on the show.
You go to ratsreformcongress.org.
Rats Reform Congress.
And you'll get an instruction.
I'm going to, and I probably agree with a lot of it.
You'll get instruction on how to organize back home.
I love it.
Congress rat watcher groups.
Ralph Nader, it's great to see you. Thank you.
Thanks for the time.